Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our daily word. Thanks for joining me for our continued time together and our journey through Scripture in this season of Advent. It's a rainy, cold Tuesday morning, but I'm glad you joined me. As always, I'm grateful you would carve out time to be with me as we share in this conversation together. So, again, this morning I want to continue to think about the season of Advent and what our journey looks like through that as we do it together. So this morning for daily word number 827, I've chosen from Isaiah 43, verses 18 through 21. And the prophet Isaiah says this: "Do not remember the former things or consider things of old. I'm about to do a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. The wild animals will honor me, the jackals and the ostriches. The rivers in the desert, to give drink to my chosen people, the people whom I formed for myself, so that they might declare my praise." So here we are, Christmas, the season of Advent. And it's in these joyous celebration times, the parties, the conversations, the decorating, the eating, the giving and getting of gifts, that we try to, I think in these moments, forget our anxieties and pain, even though they crop up to us. And we do this by focusing our attention on our faith and on the Advent, if you will, the lighting of candles for me, the reminder of God's presence with us, hoping that the darkness that's around us will dissipate. And we know, too, that we live in these moments in history. Every year, a different moment of history, and the world where violence seems uncontrollable. I read yesterday where the United States reached its record in people who've been killed in violence. And I know there's not a lot of days left in the year, but we've reached that peak again, and countless people have died. There's the war, Israel and Palestine and the Ukraine and Russia. Thousands of people are, left to migrate from their homes to places where they don't belong or places where they don't want to go. I thought about this today. I was in the restaurant this morning for breakfast early, and I was the only person there the entire time. It was so strange and quiet. And my waitress, she kept saying, "Are you okay, Jim? Are you okay, Jim?" And I finally said, "Yep, for the point of this conversation, Maddie, I'm okay. And you really don't have to come check on me. I really am okay with my cup of coffee." I believe that the way to end war is to respond with more war. And I think we've somehow missed the boat on this. But the spirit of Advent gives us another reality, gives us God's reality. The incarnation of God in the midst of the Christ child of Bethlehem shows us that the way to confront pain and evil and death is to find a new path, to carve out a new way, to imagine for ourselves and the world peace and love. But I think for us to first do that, we have to believe that God is actively transforming the world. And I'm not sure we really believe that all the time, that God's really actively transforming the world. And that happens in the conversation with the prophet. I'm about to do a new thing. Forget the former things. I'm about to do a new thing. I'm going to make a way in the wilderness, rivers in the desert. And the wild animals and the jackals and the ostriches will honor me. And there'll be water in the wilderness and drink for my people. We have to understand that God is actively transforming our world even now. and that we have to grab a hold of it in our own lives and trust that God's going to move in us and shape our lives. This renewal told by the prophet is renewal that continues to happen in our midst. Can we believe it? Can we grab a hold of it? Can we honestly believe, and you're going to hear me say it every single Sunday when we light the Advent candle, can we really believe that that one candle added to the one before it, added to the one before it, added to the one before it, can make a difference? Hope, peace, joy, and love. Can we really grab a hold of that? Can we confidently proclaim all things new? Can we confidently proclaim that we can see it happening in our midst? That God's making a way in the wilderness, carving out a path, asking us to take a new way and a new direction to let peace and grow in our lives. We sing a hymn during the season of Advent, and maybe for us it's a hymn to respond to even more. Oh, come, thou long expected Jesus, born to set thy people free from our fears. Let us find our rest in thee. Come, O long expected Jesus, born to set us free. I pray in the season of Advent that as we take the time to light our candles, as we take the time to ponder what it is that God's doing in our midst, that we could look and know that God's carving that away, and that the answer to war is not war, and the answer to hate is not hate, and the answer to violence is not violence, and that we would find ways, in our world and in our own lives to live in a different kind of way. And that's really, I think, what we're called to into this season. Do not remember the former things or consider the things of old. The prophet says, I'm about to do a new thing. Can you not perceive it? That's our hope. That's where we find ourselves in this season of Advent. So that's our word for today. I hope it's a word that we can hold on to and that we can look for God. There is this idea that, that God paves a new way, makes the roadway out there straight. But maybe too, it's the path in us, that we would find straight paths in our lives to connect to God. And I hope you'll find ways to do that in your life. So as always, thanks for joining me for our time together. Hope you plan to join us tomorrow night for our second Advent Wednesday night. And then again here tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Know of God's love that surrounds you. Know of my love for you.